Board of County Commissioners acts as a quasi-judicial body when it hears requests for rezoning and conditional use permits. Applicants must provide competent, substantial evidence establishing facts or expert witness opinion testimony showing that the request meets the zoning code and comprehensive plan criteria. Opponents must also testify as to facts or provide expert testimony whether they like or dislike a request is not competent evidence. The board must then decide whether the evidence demonstrates consistency and compatibility with the comprehensive plan and the existing rules in the zoning ordinance, property adjacent to the property to be rezoned, and the actual development of the surrounding area. The board cannot consider speculation, non-expert opinion testimony, or poll the audience by asking those in favor or opposed to stand up or raise their hands. If a commissioner has had communications regarding a rezoning or conditional use permit request before the board, the commissioner must disclose the subject of the communication and the identity of the person, group, or entity with whom the communication took place before the board takes action on the request. Likewise, if a commissioner has made a site visit, inspection, or investigation, the commissioner must disclose that fact before the board takes action on the request. Each applicant is allowed a total of 15 minutes to present their request, unless time is extended by majority vote of the board. The applicant may reserve any portion of the 15 minutes for rebuttal. Other speakers are allowed 5 minutes to speak. Speakers may not pass their time to someone else in order to give that person more time to speak.
Good evening. Welcome to the December 7th, 2023 zoning meeting for the Brevard. And I think it's very important for us to remember that and what we've gone through in this country to keep it safe. And we'll have an invocation here in a minute, but I did want to mention that it was a very special day to be recognized. If you wish to speak to any item on the agenda, please fill out a speaker card. Persons addressing the board shall have 3 minutes to complete his or her comments on each public hearing agenda item for which he or she has filled out a card. The Board of County Commissioners request that speakers appearing under the public comments section of the agenda limit their comments or presentation to matters under the board jurisdiction. It is the responsibility of the chair to determine the time limit. In quasi-judicial proceedings, 15 minutes shall be allowed for applicants and 5 minutes for other speakers. We have tonight with us Jose Ferrer of the Space Coast Church of Christ. Jose, would you join us, please, and lead us in an invocation?
Good evening. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you today as we begin this meeting, asking for your guidance, wisdom, discernment, and support. And in the spirit of this season, Lord, may every person here treat others with dignity and respect, compassion and charity, that each and every one of us deserve as the people you've created to bear your image. Help us to engage in meaningful discussion. Allow us to be open to others' ideas and beliefs, being respectful of each other's differences and not feel threatened by these differences. Help us to grow closer and nurture the bonds of community. Give us strength and resolve to be able to find compromise when needed, a way to work together for a common purpose. Fill us with your grace, patience, and kindness, Lord God, as we make decisions that might affect us and all those around us and the community we serve. Finally, help us and remind us that all we do here today and that all we accomplish is for the mutual benefit of those in our community, the residents of Brevard County, and that our service to others may bring you greater glory. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Jose. I'd like to call a meeting to order. If you would please stand and pledge the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes? Is there a second? Motion by Commissioner Goodson, seconded by Commissioner Tobias. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Okay. Resolutions, award, and presentations. I don't believe we have any tonight. Consent agenda. The entire consent agenda will be passed in one motion unless somebody has anything they want to pull. Does anybody have anything they want to pull?
Motion to approve.
Okay, there's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Tobias, seconded by Commissioner Feltner. All in favor signify by saying yes. Or A. Opposed, nay. All right, the Development Environmental Service Group, F1, waiver request regarding waiver of parking area design criteria for, did we just do that? Yes. You know, I'm just brand new to this, so you guys are going to have to give me a little slack. All right. All right, so I guess we should go into the public hearings, and who's going to handle this over here? Jeff, okay, if you would please. You want to go ahead and get started?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item G1 is Charles Stephen Douglas and Debra K. Douglas, trustees, and Sandra J. Douglas request a change of zoning classification from IU-1 to BU-2. Application number is 23Z00023. Tax account number is 3010512, located in District 3. This request will remove a BDP stipulation to allow for mini storage.
Okay, Commissioner Tobias, do you wish to hear the speaker that's out here, or do you have a motion?
I'm going to open up and let, I guess, Brittany speak if she wants to.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
First of all, this change comes at the request of the applicant because of a non-competitive clause. This change removes mini storage from the BDP. So this actually makes the BDP more restrictive instead of less restrictive. So I move to approve the request to remove mini storage as allowable use for the BDP. And of course, she's more than welcome to speak, but I just want to let you as well as her know where I'd be on this.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion by Commissioner Tobias to remove the
To remove mini storage as an allowable use for the BDP.
okay, and the second by Commissioner Feltner. Brittany, do you want to say anything, or would you just as soon get this passed and move on? Okay, thank you for being here tonight. Sorry for all the delays, but it's important to take care of this. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. You're free at last. Okay, who's going to take the Paulk Family Trust one?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item G2 and G3 are companion applications. I will read them into the record at the same time. However, separate motions for each will have to be provided. Item G2 is Paulk Family Trust requests a small-scale comprehensive plan amendment, 23S.19, to change the future land use designation from Res 1 to Res 2. Application number is 23SS00019. Tax account number is 2100923, located in District 1. Item G3 is Paulk Family Trust requests a change of zoning classification from AU to SR. Application number is 23Z00063. Tax account number is 2100923, located in District 1. Thank you.
Commissioner Pritchett, do you have any comments in regards to this, or do you want to hear the applicant first?
I'm good with it. I just don't know if it's the applicant.
Well, you may not be. Is Denise Carmody here? Okay.
Okay.
Would you like to hear him speak?
You're
not the applicant, are you? Okay.
It's super simple. It completely fits, and it helps part
Well,
of the water
you can,
issue.
you
so-
can sit down. I think you're going to be all right if you just go ahead and sit back down. I
Yeah.
think she's saying that we're clear.
I would make a motion to approve, sir, item G2.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion on the floor by Commissioner Feltner and seconded by Commissioner Tobias to approve Paulk Family Trust G2. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, I filled out the pink card. I thought that that's what I needed to do to speak.
Oh, are you not the applicant?
No, I'm not the applicant.
Oh,
He said right applicant on the top of your applicant.
right, that's what we were
Okay.
asking. We didn't know if this was the applicant's card right now.
Okay, well, you can come
I'm
up
sorry.
and speak, but please fill out a card for us afterwards. If you-
This is her. We just
Oh.
got it confused. I didn't know who
Holy
it was
mackerel,
either.
you guys are just making me crazy tonight, which is a short putt. Okay, Denise Carmody, would you come up, please, and make your comments before we vote on this issue?
Hi, so I actually own property right next to this land. And I was unable to attend the first meeting. I sent my comments to Miss Jackson, or no, I'm sorry, Jennifer Jones. I sent an email to her regarding my concerns. I'm not sure if you received that, if it was forwarded to anyone, what happened to that. But I watched the meeting online, and I feel like there was a bit of misrepresentation by Mr. Paulk or the Family Trust with regards to his 3/4 acre. So I have a 1/2 acre immediately next to him. My mom has a 1/4 acre right behind me. So both of us butt up to his 3/4 acre. In his comments, he said, you know, he feels like he should be able to build a small home there because there are several homes in the area that are on lots that are smaller than his. And I did a little bit of research, and there are about 5 homes that are out in that immediate area that have, that are smaller lots than his. They're all, with the exception of one, zoned agriculture. And so my concern is drainage. You know, when it rains out there, has a tendency to, you know, water has a tendency to sit. And so if he's building next to me, my concern definitely is water coming into my property. So if there isn't a plan to address that, whether it be a ditch or something, you know, that is a very large concern. Another concern for me is that, you know, if we allow a 3/4 acre to be zoned suburban 2 or suburban, I think that's agenda, or the next one, suburban residential, then everyone out there, that those 5 homes that are on less than 3/4 acres should also be allowed to have their zoning changed. So I just want to have that on record and hope that it's taken into consideration.
Thank you for your comments. Jeff, was there any opposition to this? At this
During
point,
P&Z, there was a couple citizens that spoke in opposition.
but it passed in P&Z.
Yes, it did.
Okay, the commissioner is approving, is also in favor of it, so.
Yeah, ma'am, with the water, I understand that. For him to build, they're going to make him contain his own stormwater, which actually help alleviate some of the situation if you got it. Whenever we have people building, it really helps the neighbors quite a bit. So that's actually a good thing.
And so when I go to request rezoning, what does that mean for me?
If you're within the same type of zoning, because this zoning change really does fit in the area, so that's what we'll look at, make sure it's not causing any harm. Just put it in if you need to, and again, we'll look at the same circumstances for your whole area right there.
Thank you.
Thank you
You're
so,
welcome.
so very much. There's a motion on the floor to approve. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Sir,
Let's
I'd
go.
like to make a motion now to approve item G3, which is the change of the zoning classification from AU to SR on the same case, sir.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion on the floor by Commissioner Pritchett, seconded by Commissioner Tobias to approve G3. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, no comments from the audience. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you so much. Let's go to G4, which is, Jeff or Billy going to handle this one? Jeff?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item G4 and G5 are also companion applications. I'm going to read these into the record simultaneously. However, you'll need to have separate motions for each. So item G4 is Linde Inc. requests a small-scale comprehensive plan amendment, 23S.21, to change the future land use designation from Res 4 in CC to all CC. Application number is 23SS00021. Tax account numbers are 2103325, 3019428, located in District 1. Item G5 is Linde Inc. requests a change of zoning classification from AU and BU1 to all BU2. Application number is 23Z00072. Tax account numbers 2103325 and 3019428, also located in District 1. Just to bring you all up to speed, Ms. Rezanka submitted a concept plan during the P&Z meeting. That concept plan is non-binding to the board. It has not been reviewed against our county code and regulations. Thank you.
Commissioner Pritchett.
Yes, sir. This is a really lovely fit for the area. It's right on the main road. And I know when you guys start turning in all of your items to build this, my only recommendation would be, and I know I can't hold you to it, but if we could do more of a natural buffer on some of this, because there's some lovely trees on the property as well, I think that would be a wonderful fit. But I would like to go ahead, if it's okay, to make a motion to approve item G4 with the comprehensive plan amendment.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion to approve by Commissioner Pritchett, was seconded by Commissioner Tobias. Is there any further discussion? I'm certain the applicant does not want to say anything at this particular point in time. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The motion carries. Let's go to G5.
That's the companion, sir. I'd like to make a motion to go ahead and approve the changing from AU to BU1 to BU2. AU and BU1 to BU2.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion on the floor by Commissioner Pritchett to approve, seconded by Commissioner Tobias on item G5. If there's no further discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The motion carries. Let's go. Thanks, Kim. I think you're good. Thank you very much. G6, Charles K. and Judith Donaldson. Kim, are you handling this also? Boy, you're a busy young lady. Jeff, are you handling this, or is Billy handling it?
Let me
Okay.
read it into record, and then you can open it up for public discussion.
All right, great. Go for it, man.
So Charles K. and Judith A. Donaldson request to change the zoning classification from AU to RU2-15. Application number is 23Z00070. Tax account number is 2416959, located in District 2. Just to let the board know that P&Z recommended RU24 as a zoning classification. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Goodson, do you have any comments?
Yes.
Okay, yes, sir, please.
I would like to make a motion that we consider changing from RU215 to RU24. I'd like to make that motion.
Make a second, sir.
There's a motion on the floor to change it from RU215 to RU24. Ms. Rezanka, do you have any comments in regards to that? Are you okay with that?
That's acceptable.
Okay, thank you very much. Any discussion? There's a motion on the floor to change the motion from RU215 to RU24. It's, any other comments? We have something here, I'm sorry. We don't have any cards for you, but what is your name, sir?
My name is Claire Yossi. I own the property directly north of this property.
All right, did you fill out a card, sir?
First,
Well, no, you can come up, but you need to fill out a card before you speak. I'm going to let you speak, but make sure you go back and fill out a card when you're done.
I will. I just want to make some comments. I'm not necessarily opposed to the change of this zoning. The property just north, at 3 acres north, is my property, and it's zoned AU. It's also got a wetlands designation. And I think that part of this existing property also has a wetlands designation. It was a survey that was done back in the 1980s. My main concern is Tropical Trail. Tropical Trail, North Tropical Trail, is essentially the west side belt route to Courtney. There's no other way to get from 520 to 528 on that side of the island except taking North Tropical Trail. That property is on what I would call a blind curve. And 3 times in the last 2 years, I've had my mailbox destroyed by impaired drivers who simply didn't make the curve, smashed the mailbox and threw it away. I know that there's, even with an AU designation, I'm sure that the Donaldsons could get building permit. I think development of the property on the east side, fronting Hill Avenue, probably makes sense, but I'm very concerned about any further development on North Tropical Trail because of this busyness on that street, the speed on that street, that curve. And so in that respect, I just want to make those concerns.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Pritchett. Oh, you don't want to talk? Okay, well, there was a major reduction in this zoning from RU215 to RU24. I understand your request, but at this particular point in time, I'm going to take a vote. Thank you so much. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The motion carries. Going to item G7.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item G7 is Sundev Inc. of Florida. Request to change the zoning classification from TU2 to BU-1. Application number is 23Z00071. Tax account number is 2800709, located in District 5.
Okay, this is my district, and I have absolutely no problem with it whatsoever. And if Commissioner Pritchett would take the chair, I'll make a motion.
Make a motion for you.
Okay, that'd be great.
Motion to approve.
There's a motion on the floor by Commissioner Pritchett, seconded by Commissioner Tobias. Anybody else that didn't fill out a card that wants to talk tonight? Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The motion carries. All right, did you not have a monopoly on all these tonight, or are you going to be able to go home now? There you go. Thank you so much, Kim. G8.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item G8 is Lori A. Clark. Request to change the zoning classification from BU-1 to BU-2. Application numbers 23Z00069. Tax accounts numbers are 2004828 and 2004829, located in District 1. Thank you.
Thank you.
Public comment.
Okay. Rita, do you have any comments, Commissioner Pritchett, do you have any comments in regards to this, or do you want to hear from the applicant?
I think it's good. Jeffrey, when they were going to do store cranes?
I believe the applicant can address what the
Okay.
proposed use is, but staff's understanding is that they operate a crane business and they're going to be storing their equipment there.
Come on up, Chace.
It's right on US 1.
Good evening, guys.
Good evening, Chace.
So yeah, I run a crane business with my brother, my identical twin at CNC Crane Works, and we've been out of Titusville, Florida for probably about 4.5 years now, and we're growing our business to where we're kind of running out of room where we're at and looking to move to MIMS, and it's a BU1 zoned property at the moment, and we are looking to get the rezoning for the BU2 to park the equipment and pretty much grow our business, I guess. So.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so very much.
May I comment?
Yes, absolutely, please.
I remember what I want to do too. You have a lot of nice trees around your property too. So when they go and you're working on a buffer, if you would try to maintain as much of the natural buffer, I would really appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Make a motion to approve it?
Motion on the floor to approve G8 with Chace Bourdon. Is there a second? Is that by Commissioner Goodson?
Yes.
Pardon me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Pritchett, seconded by Commissioner Goodson on item G8. Any other discussion? All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Carries, very good. Thank you very much, sir.
Appreciate it.
Please do what Commissioner Pritchett requested, if you would, please. All right, G9, Jeff?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item G9 is Florida and NC Investment Properties LLC. Request to change the zoning classification from RR-1 to AU. Application numbers 23Z00066. Tax account numbers 2106726, located in District 1. Commissioners, if you remember, this item, or this request was continued from the November board meeting for the applicant to meet with staff to discuss the possibilities of a BDP. Subsequent to that, the applicant has decided not to entertain a BDP to limit the use of the property. Thank you.
I'm confused by that. So are we moving forward with this, or did he remove it? Oh, okay. All right, so Commissioner Pritchett, do you have any comments, or? Okay.
Sorry.
Commissioner Tobias, comments?
Sure. I'll go over a little bit of what happened here. At the November 2nd zoning meeting, Commissioner Pritchett stated she was not comfortable this item unless the applicant worked with staff to create a BDP that protected the neighborhood against intense agricultural use, noise, and so on. Mr. Opatha stated that he was willing to work with staff regarding a BDP. As you found out, Mr. Opatha has met with staff but does not actually wish to agree to that BDP and help alleviate the concerns of Commissioner Pritchett as well as the board. The neighborhood in which this lot resides is residential in character. The request is intended to introduce an intense agricultural use which is not consistent with the neighborhood. AU could include packing, processing, and sale of commodities, or even a private golf course. Because of this, as well as large amounts of public concern regarding noise resulting from agricultural use in a residential community, I won't be supporting this. I'll make a motion here to deny the request of zoning classification change from RR1 to AU and direct the county attorney's office to provide a finding of fact.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. You have other, I'm going to ask right now. Jamie, Craig, and Shirley are here. Are you okay with this? Okay, I just wanted to make sure nobody wants to speak on this at this particular point in time. We're getting ready to deny this motion.
Absolutely. I would speak. Craig McClellan.
You're going to have to come up here, Craig. Are you speaking in opposition to this? We're okay. I think you're good. If you just sit tight, you'll be able to roll out of here with the right decision that you'd like. So there's a motion on the floor. It's by Commissioner Tobias, seconded by Commissioner Goodson, to deny G9. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. The motion carries. It's denied. And Morris, you'll send that letter if you don't mind. Is there any unfinished business this evening? Billy, you got something you want to say tonight, or are you just going to sit there quietly? You okay?
I'm okay, Mr. Chair, thank you.
Merry Christmas to you, my friend. All right, any new business?
No.
Development environmental service groups, community service groups, public safety groups, support service groups, or county attorney? Do you have any comments tonight?
No report, Mr. Chair.
Ms. Sullivan, I am just absolutely astounded that I don't have some sort of card up here from you. Oh, my goodness, there it is. All right. This is under public comments. Ms. Sullivan. What, Commissioner Feltner, am I okay here? I know, we'll get that, we'll just get Sandra. Yep. Sandra, come on up, please. See, now I'm not disappointed.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I guess that fire in West Melbourne today was on one of the properties that's looking at 102, but it's kind of interesting. Anyway, I was a little bit late today, so I missed the agenda item on the Fortenberry Road. Otherwise, previously on agendas known as the Whitfield project. So you're probably very familiar with that, almost right across the street from where you're putting in the amphitheater that the county's paying. I guess that's about a $30 million project. So in staff reports before, it's largely, I think, 97% wetlands, and it does not have a wetland permit yet, because I checked again yesterday. St. John's has not issued a wetland permit. So it's kind of interesting reading the staff report and the response so this was using public investment that was constructed to enable the redevelopment of Myra and this property as proposed. So we're talking that $7 million of public taxpayers' money for a stormwater system on a property that is wetlands. And then we have the amphitheater across the road. Now, we had at the last meeting a discussion about noise ordinances. What do you think is going to happen when you put high-rise development next to an amphitheater? And you have a problem as a county with having an amphitheater without adequate parking. You're putting all this investment, $7 million into Fortenberry stormwater for that amphitheater project and for the surrounding area, and then you're putting all this money into an amphitheater. You don't have parking. You got to like 2,000, negotiating with some local businesses for 2,000 spots, but you need 5,000. And so then you got a project that was only permitted to have 4 units on that property because it's wetlands, and approved it as a change of zoning to a PUD for 377 units. Those are 377 units that are going to be complaining about noise ordinance. What a cluster, what? Like, do we actually plan things in the county, or is it all willy-nilly? Because that mall, apparently those guys aren't particularly cooperative to work with. You think you're going to get the parking out of that situation? You invest all this money before you get a plan in place. It's just crazy. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. All right, board reports. County manager,
I have no report.
county attorney,
No report, sir.
Commissioner Pritchett, Commissioner Goodson,
No report, sir.
Commissioner Tobias.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Today is National Cotton Candy Day.
There you go.
There's your AI images. Useless Florida fact, the Battle of Olustee was the largest Civil War battle fought in Florida and was won by the Confederates. This day in Florida history. On this day in 1972, the United States' last manned mission to the moon, Apollo 17, lifted from Kennedy Space Center. And the county employee recognition would be Jennifer Jones. Jennifer is the Special Projects Coordinator for Planning and Development. She's got 23 years of service for the county, 16 with Planning and Development. This is a little bit unique because I have the adulation for Ms. Jones from 2 different groups. We'll start with District 4, and I want to thank...
Jennifer's in the back, is she not?
Yes, I
Jennifer,
believe
stand
so.
up, please, if you would. Come on, we want to praise you good now, girl. Thank you.
So, according to District 4 here, Jennifer is a model employee. She is always friendly, knowledgeable, dependable, and efficient. Anytime we have a question or need assistance, she is always willing to help with a positive attitude. We cannot say enough good things about Jennifer and her work ethic. And this is from a friend and a former coworker. Jen is minute transcription wizard. You should get a t-shirt made up that says that. She's almost not human, and she ruined the curve for all the people who used to have to work for her in transcribing her minutes so fast. Her nickname includes Jonesy, Jobin, and Green Bean and Stove. So the fact that you have at least 4 or 5 nicknames, I think, says a lot about you. Fun facts, and these are some good ones. Jennifer... You have no idea what I'm about to say. They're all positive. Jennifer breaks down her year into 2 seasons, cross-stitch season and beach season. And she enjoys a cold beer on the beach, it says. I like this about you, Jennifer. She is a devoted Dave Matthews fan and has seen at least the band 12 times. She enjoys watching Friends, roller skating, and Girls Weekend Out adventures with her homegirl crew. Spending time with her husband Pete is also the top of the list, who owns Pete's Bike Shop in Rockledge. Jennifer, you're the first county employee that got great words from 2 separate groups. So there'll be pressure coming forward. We appreciate all you do to make these meetings run efficiently. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for helping everyone out.
Thank you, Jennifer. Commissioner Feltner, do you have any report?
No, sir.
I do not have any report. Any additional public comments? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a motion second? All in favor signify by saying aye. Thank you very much.
The opinions expressed by any member of the public during any period of public comment do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the Board of County Commissioners of Brevard County, Florida, Space Coast Government Television, or the program sponsor, and are solely those of the presenter. The Board of County Commissioners of Brevard County, Florida, Space Coast Government Television, and the program sponsor hereby expressly disclaim any and all responsibility or liability for any defamatory or slanderous statements expressed by any member of the public during any such period.